Welcome back to the movement, everybody. I'm here with a very special guest. Today, we're going to talk to you all about the life and journey of Antonio, one of my fellow kings, on how he created different things in terms of the soccer industry, women's sports as well in the soccer industry, right? He partnered up with different leagues, going pro, the regiments it took for him to get there. And for anybody out there that loves soccer and that's trying to make it in this world, inspirational man right here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
My man.
Congrats on your 100th episode.
I appreciate it, bro. 27.
Oh, okay.
One day I'll get the 100, bro. You know, Joe Rogan, if you're watching this, throw me on. Talk to me, my brother.
You want me to start from the beginning?
From the beginning, bro. Who is Antonio, man? The floor is yours.
Basically, the family left Lebanon during the war, and we came to Canada. And very early on, obviously hockey was my first love.
Really?
Hockey was my first love. Like, as soon as I came to Canada, my aunt, she married a Canadian guy, and he got me into hockey right away. I wanted to be a hockey goalkeeper. But, when the family we went to register, we didn't have the funds for it. Obviously, equipment for a goalkeeper especially.
Disgusting, bro.
So I was like, you know what? I'll just choose another sport. And, started playing soccer at the youth level here in Ottawa. I wasn't very good when I was young. I was just underdeveloped physically, and everyone was just surpassing me. But I kept going. And then, at 15 years old, I started to really turn heads. I just stuck with
15.
it. 15, I started to turn heads.
Wow.
And then something crazy happened actually when I was 15. It was the finals of this very important game. And there was an incident that happened. And through that incident, I was banned for 5 years.
Why? What'd you do?
Bro,
were you terrorizing people on the field so much that they said, you know what, 5 years, you're banned?
No,
Tony Montana style?
I always had a temper as a kid. Some stuff happened on the field, it was an altercation between one of my teammates and the referee. So then the referee gives him a red card. And it was a big game, right? So I was like, what's going on? And then the guy slaps the red card out of his hand and goes to swing at him.
The ref.
The kid on my team tries to swing at the ref.
What an idiot.
So his dad pulls him away, whatever. His dad was the coach. And then I go over, I'm like, ref, what happened? And then right away gives me a red.
No way. You had nothing to do with the situation.
Just like that. Yeah. I'm like, and then I look at him and then I spit on the ground. And he acted like I spat at him. So he jumped out of the way.
Oh no.
And then, bro, they gave me a 5-year ban. And the kid who swung at the ref, they gave him a 3-year ban.
That's insane. So a little on the floor.
Yeah.
Compared to
gave
a nice
me a 5-year. That's the ultimate ban you can get for I could have punched someone in the face. I could have gotten into a brawl and I wouldn't have gotten a 5-year ban. 5 years is the highest ban you can get in youth sports.
He really didn't like you, bro.
Bro, I had to go to court and everything. It was soccer court. So I was there. It was me as a 15-year-old with 3 judges, and they're just going at me, they're asking me what happened, things like that. And then I said the story, and bro, I didn't
That's an Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial right there for soccer. Huh?
Bro, and it's looking back at it, it's that's a hefty sentence for a kid who made a mistake,
So at 15, they told you 5 years you're banned.
5 years. Couldn't play.
So you know what? Leagues. In your professional opinion, how much of development can possibly how much can that stunt you that 5 years, bro?
Honestly, looking back at it now, if I was never banned for those 5 years, I'd still be playing first division in Europe. Absolutely.
That's insane.
I know. They actually ruined they don't get me wrong, it was a mistake when I was a kid, but at the end of the day, they ruined my development, and those were crucial years for me to, to learn things that I learned at 19, 20, I should have learned at 15. But I had such good natural ability that I still went pro.
Well, you physically look great still, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Honestly, bro, you take care of yourself.
I try to,
What a shock. As soon as I was leaving yesterday, I'm looking at you. What the...
I recognized you right away.
Me too, bro. Because I'm like, what's going on here, man? What are you doing here? I was hoping you'd say, I've been here, because I was going to call you out, bro.
Why?
I was going to be like, bro, I've been here every goddamn day at 12 o'clock. I've never seen you.
I was a new member.
That's a nice place, man, to be honest. Movadi on Merville's a nice place.
Yeah, bro, I'm happy. to be in a social environment, because, when you work and you do all these things, you don't really have time to see people, right?
Absolutely, man. So anyways, they slapped you with a 5-year ban.
So whatever, they gave me the ban, and then obviously my parents didn't have the money to kind of reverse it, because to go to court again is another few $1,000s. You have to like appeal it in these kinds of things, and like we just didn't have the cash for it, you know.
What did your dad do when he first came here? I wonder if we're very
My dad,
restaurant.
he basically worked at restaurants. My mom was babysitting. Bro, they hustled hard when we were young, you know, to give us a beautiful life, and yeah, like I said, they were always working, so they didn't have time to kind of like look after me in that sense, like in terms of like sports. They're also always supporting. They drove me everywhere. They came to the games and everything. But when it came to like these kinds of things,
so your dad was there too, right?
At the game,
yeah.
When I got banned,
yeah.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
No one was there.
Oh, so nobody witnessed this?
No.
That's even worse. So now you're a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You gotta go tell your parents this just happened. They're automatically looking at you like you're fucking full of shit.
Because, bro, I was already like causing a lot of problems when I was a kid.
Exactly.
Like so many at school, in the neighborhood, things like that. So soccer was like the only thing I had that, you know, people around me, everybody knew that I was going somewhere with soccer. Everyone knew, you know. And then when that happened, it kind of like it hurt me a lot, you know. So what I did after that I shaved my head, and I played under another name. But I played in the men's league. So at 15 years old, I played in the men's league where nobody would really be looking, you know?
That's hilarious, bro.
So I changed my name to Anton Asaidov, some Russian name. And I played for this like Russian team. Bunch of old guys.
That's hilarious. And you even changed nationalities?
Yeah, I changed my name like in the league, you know?
This is some Jason Bourne movements here.
Bro, for me, I was like, you know what? I'm not letting these guys come in the way of me, chasing my dreams.
I love it, bro. What do you mean?
So whatever. So like even high school soccer, I had to like get a permit to join the league. Like my coach had to email the league and do all these things just to get me to play again. So I played high school soccer at the same time as well. In high school soccer, I was destroying
everything. What high school you're in?
St. Pat's.
St. Pat's.
So yeah, so like, you know, all that happened, and I just played in the men's leagues, and like that's why I had an edge over all the players here, because these guys were playing, you know, U16, U17. I'm playing with men, ex-pros, things like that, and I'm doing really well. So I learned like the physicality of the game. You know,
that's a massive difference.
Huge difference, but
sure.
What I lacked is like the tactical side of the game, learning little things, you know, just learning the game. And I was just so good naturally, and that, you know, like God bless, you know, the guy that helped me play in that league, like with the men, that it helped me in different ways, right?
Who's the one that helped you in the league?
His name was Serge. He actually worked for my uncle, and he was like a old Russian man, and he had a team. And he just like brought me to every game.
Is that what made you change your name to a Russian name?
Well, he told me, he's like, we have to use another name
Serge,
because this and that.
Legend, buddy.
Yeah, he actually is a legend. He really is. Like, he helped me a lot. He even tried to get me to go play in Russia and things like that. But anyways, you know, so what happened is that eventually, if you serve half of your sentence, you can go back to court and kind of get it revoked. So I didn't know this until the 4th year. So after the 4th year, I went to court again, and then everything was fine. Like, they told me, okay, you can come back, all these things, because like, bro, I was like a good guy in the community, and like I changed my ways and things like that.
Wow, they really take it that serious.
Bro, the thing is like I'm telling you, what they did to me has never been done again. Like, so
you were a precedent case.
Bro, like my case, I'm telling you, if I went to the news or like I wanted to sue them, like, bro, a lot could happen, you know? What they did to me, like, till this day, I think about it and it angers me, you know? Because I don't think I deserved it.
It took away 4 solid years.
Bro, it's so important for like for a youth player, you know, to go through such a thing. You know, it's such crucial years of development, you know? But anyways, after that, as soon as they let me back into the leagues, I joined the best team, which is Ottawa Fury. And then I joined Algonquin College, which was the #1 college in Canada for soccer.
What's the name of their team?
Which
Thunderbolts? The Ravens?
They were Algonquin used to be called Thunder before, but now they're called Wolves. They changed the name.
Okay.
So, anyways, joined those 2 teams, and then I got back on track, and then then literally like after that year with these 2 teams. So in Fury, I played in the summer, and then Algonquin was the first year, and then I went to Lebanon right away.
Oh, you played pro in Lebanon?
Yeah. That was my first experience, was there.
The motherland showed you love, eh?
You know, it was difficult. It was difficult because in Lebanon, as you know, they don't look at you as a player. They look at you as, you know, how can I make money off this kid?
That's a damn fact.
So when I got to Lebanon, I was like emailing all these people, trying to find a way to go play pro. Because bro, back then, like there's no social media, there's nothing.
But by the way, was it even lucrative to go to Lebanon out of all places? Or that just this is the beginning of the journey? This
is the beginning of the journey. Okay. The thing is, I only have the Lebanese passport and the Canadian passport. Canada at the time didn't have a league. right? And Lebanon had a league. It was a well-established league.
Okay.
And not only the fact that it's not lucrative, but it was a very good stepping stone. From Lebanon, people go to bigger places, right? So I got advised to go there.
How's the talent there?
Incredible. Like, absolutely
Because
incredible.
I don't want to be a typical Lebanon and be like, you're the best at everything, bro. But,
No, but bro, honestly, like, I'm telling you, like, I thought I was going to go to Lebanon. I was going to destroy everybody. I thought that.
Yeah.
And I got there. I got humbled real quick.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Because these guys, you have to understand, any country that has a professional league where they start from youth up until first team, they're going to be good. We don't have that here in Canada.
They have to be, yeah.
We don't have that here. So they played a lot more games than me. They had a lot more experience than me, but I had something different than them, But anyways, I get there, and my cousin was handling my entire career.
Okay.
So they bring me into a training session. When I'm in this training session, whatever, I'm playing and everything, and then I see like 5 guys like on the side, like looking at me and kind of discussing things together. And my cousin's in the middle of this. And I didn't know what it was until later. But basically, my cousin's like, listen, like, they want you to play for their team. You have to sign this registration form, and then you can play. I was like, okay. Like, I thought it was like...
Was it in Arabic, by the way?
Yeah.
So you don't read it. You're a
I didn't know what anything...
I see where the dupe is coming.
I didn't know anything that I was doing. Anyways, this registration form was a lifetime contract in Lebanon. So if I was in Lebanon, these guys own me. So my cousin made me sign my life away, basically.
That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I knew the dupe was coming as soon as you said that, but...
Bro, so I played like 9 games. I scored like 8 goals in 9 games. And the whole time I didn't even know it, but I was getting paid. And my cousin was taking the money, and he didn't give me $1.
No way.
I swear to God. And like, I would beg him for money. I didn't even have money for food. I didn't have money for nothing. I was living at my grandmother's house.
That's crazy.
And like, bro, he was taking all the money. I went to my coach one day. I'm like, yo, like, I need money. He's like, bro, what do you mean? We've been paying your cousin this whole time. He's your agent, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we've been giving him the money. So the whole time, bro, he's taking money while I'm playing.
Well, how did you feel at that moment?
Bro, I wanted to kill him. I'm not going to lie. Like, I beefed him hard about it,
100%. What do you mean? He's robbing you, bro.
He was robbing me the whole time. Anyways, a lot of big teams in this time frame were coming after me, and they were going to him to negotiate, and he was always asking for money. He's like, okay, if you guys want, and I didn't know this till years later.
Yeah.
He's like, if you guys want him, you have to pay X amount just to be able to get him. So some teams were getting really turned off by it, and I didn't understand why. At the time I was like, man, I'm like, I felt like I was by far the best, 19-year-old, 20-year-old in the country. So why are these things happening to me? Why am I not getting picked up by the big teams? And I find out way later that that's the reason why.
How far later?
Bro, honestly, like 8 years later.
No way.
Yeah. I didn't know anything. I just thought like things were just not working out.
Can I ask you, was there anything that if you look back at it now, bro, was there any signs that could have said that, you know what, I'm getting duped by this guy and he's actually sabotaging my career right now?
No, because he was so good at manipulating me. So good, bro. He's like,
Crazy.
don't worry, these teams are they want you, but you have to play here right now because, like your development. And he would always like make it seem a certain way when really like it wasn't, But anyways,
how did you find out, by the way?
One team told me. They came to me, they're like, listen, like, we want you, but we don't want your cousin part of the deal. I'm like, why? They're like, he asked us for money even before anything. Like he wanted like straight cash for my transfer fee,
That's insane. So almost like an incentive bonus straight to his pocket.
Exactly. So he was doing that with every time I went to a different team.
I'm only asking because there's probably people that have very similar stories and how they can manage to figure out the play of someone else trying to manipulate and screw them over.
The thing is, obviously, like looking back at it, I would have done things so differently. I would have gotten a legitimate agent. I would have, gotten a manager, gotten all those things. Because, bro, I'm telling you, if I would have at a young age had all those things in place, I'd be laughing financially.
100%. I don't want to cut you off anymore. Yeah. Continue. Sorry, bro. So man, all these teams are looking at you. You see this piece of shit cousin of yours. I'm going to call him a piece of shit because that's what he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's negotiating and makes you sign a lifelong contract. Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, then I started to kind of understand what was going on. So I was like making my own connections on the side. So then one team came and they're like, you come to us for a month and we'll check you out while I was playing for another team. And this is highly illegal, but I did it behind the scenes just because I just wanted out of this situation. And I know a big team with money, they could buy me out, So I was playing games with, the initial team, and then I was training with another big team.
Yeah.
and they were giving me money just cause they're like, here's all this money, just like, just for you to eat
And this
things
is
like
still
that.
in Lebanon, by the way. Okay.
So, bro, I trained with them for a month, and bro, like, I loved the team. I had such a good relationship with them. The coach loved me and everything. And then the other team found out.
How?
I got injured, and they're like, they wanted to know how I got injured and things like that. And then it came out. Lebanon's a small country. Like, it's just 2-hour ride from one side to the other.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, that happened, and then long story short, I had a few stints in Lebanon, and then I got the opportunity from Mahir, your friend.
I fucking love that guy.
I love him too, man. He's
solid guy, bro.
He's been my best friend since we were 19.
It's actually wild that this. Like, sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
I got mad love for him, man.
Me too, honestly.
I saw him, man. It's so sad. The last time I saw him was, I think it was like a year ago, bro. It was actually either my birthday or someone's birthday at.
I was there.
Were you there, bro?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. That was the last time I seen him.
Was that a shisha spot?
Exactly, bro. I forgot the name.
Yeah, I was there.
Sky Lounge.
Yeah.
Sky Lounge. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, after all that mess that was happening in Lebanon, I was like, man, I can't do this anymore, So I just came back to Canada, chilled for a little while, was training and just figuring out my next move. And Mahir calls me.
How old are you, by the way?
At this point, I was like 21, 22.
Okay.
And then Mahir calls me. He's like, bro, my team needs a striker.
He's a great baller, by the way.
Bro, he's the sickest.
He's a great baller.
Like, everyone knows he's the best, like probably one of like top 2 to ever come out of Ottawa,
Amazing, man.
And he calls me. He's like, bro, we need a striker. Like, would you come? And I'm like, I've always wanted to play in Europe. This was in Germany, I'm like, I might as well test myself in Europe. Europe was a difficult place for me because, unless you're playing in the top leagues, you have to work as well, right? Having a full-time job in a country that you don't speak the language, what kind of jobs are you going to get?
Nothing.
Terrible ones.
Yeah.
So, bro, I was working in a warehouse. I had to like lift heavy shit all day. And then I'd get to the practice, man, I couldn't even put my shoes on because my feet were so swollen from the work boots. And I'd have to put up big performances, So Germany, I was there for 2 years, and I spent most of my time, to be honest, like in 2 years, I played for 4 teams.
But you still did it, though. You still threw on those big performances, though.
I did, like in the DFB Pokal, which is the German Cup. Like, I scored a few goals. I did big things, but like, bro, the problem is that like, looking back, I was such a hothead, and I had such a terrible temper that like I signed 8 professional contracts in my lifetime, and I never finished any of them.
That's insane.
So that all, like, looking back, like, I know a lot of it was my fault too. Things would go wrong, and I wouldn't stick through it. And in Germany was the same situation. In
Let's
2 years.
keep talking about Germany. I don't want to start jumping the stories.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and
2 years.
So in Germany, I had a very, very rough time. It was probably one of the hardest times of my life because, like I said, you have to work full time, and you have to also put up big performances. It's a high level, and
good ballers,
very good ballers. And bro, it didn't align with me because we partied a lot. I lived in an apartment on the same street as all the clubs. And like over there, you get a lot of attention.
Corruption at its finest.
Do you know what I mean? And young guy, coming from
Lebanese.
Canada, Lebanese, like it was hard for me to focus.
I fucking hate to say it, but we're built different, bro. I'm telling you.
And like,
I'm not even being cocky.
But it's the truth.
I swear
it's the truth. And like, people were drawn to me there, and I didn't deal with it properly. I partied way too much, and like I had a bad reputation in the city because my coaches would be like, bro, like, we found out you were out last night. Like, we have a game in 2 days. Like, what's the situation?
Yeah.
But bro, I was young. I was young, and like I wanted, like, I cared more about like the look of a footballer rather than actually putting performances on the pitch.
Well, at least you're honest about
Even though I was super dedicated to training, like I trained like an animal.
Yeah.
But you need discipline to go to the next level, and that's why I didn't go so far because, bro, I was just having fun all the time. I lived 2 lives. I lived the life of a footballer, and I had a completely other life.
And that one was taken over way too much, though, eh?
Big time.
At least you're honest about it.
You have to be. You have to understand your mistakes, and you have to learn from them. And that's why I'm in a position now where I'm teaching young athletes.
Were you realizing that when it was happening?
100%.
And you're like, fuck it, I'm still gonna do it.
You want to know why?
I would love to know.
Like John Jones used to say this. Okay,
the bones.
He used to say like he used to party hard. I think a week before a big fight.
Yeah,
and he would say something like along the lines of, if I lost the fight, I would know what to blame it on.
That's hilarious.
So I feel like now that I'm older and I'm reflecting, it's like I wasn't where I was meant to be. I should have been way higher. So I was so like angry at myself and upset at my situation that like I lashed out in that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you had the opportunity. They're right there.
They're right there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So your coaches are pissed off at this point.
Super
They're
pissed
like,
off.
man, Antonio, get your fucking shit together.
Yeah. A lot of my coaches, like like I said, 8 professional contracts. I never finished any of them.
Was that one a professional contract?
Yeah.
Why did that one not finish?
In Germany?
Yeah.
In Germany, I had 4 in 2 years.
I'm trying to understand, like, how does it work, the dynamic of what was the first contract? Why did they terminate it? Did you walk away or they terminated
The first one, honestly, like some of them were my fault, but others, like I blame them for sure. You know, even now I know because they signed me and 5 other guys. Okay. And the one guy came from first league Italy, and there was big players, but they were winning every game. So you know how they say like don't change the lineup if you're winning, bro. We get there 6 months. I'm just literally sitting on the bench with all the new players that they signed.
No way.
Only me and another player would feature sometimes, like off the bench. And bro, the players who were on the field that were playing ahead of me, like I couldn't understand how they were playing ahead of me. I just couldn't. I tried to justify it. I tried to be the good guy and see all scenarios. I couldn't. So bro,
No, it's a hard blow to the ego too, man.
they did a lot of weird things to me, and then I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. So I just left the team and I went to their rivals. And
Is there any consequence for doing that, by the way? Is there any like fees,
so look,
lawsuits?
in Germany, there's a rule if you're inactive for 6 months, you can sign on a free agent.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I didn't play for 6 months, and then I just signed for their rival team in the
So
same
if you
city.
signed in 5 months, what would have happened to you? Or it's just
They
it's
could
not
do
pop-
something. They could sue you or whatever. You know.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So the loophole is 6
Yeah.
months.
So then for this new team that I joined, the first 4 games I scored like 6 goals,
Oh, so they're loving you right now.
and then the old president calls me in for a meeting of the first team that brought me there, Mahir's team. Bro, he was screaming at the top of his lungs. He's like, "How could you do this to us? We brought you here, like blah blah blah." I'm like, "You had 6 months to play me, and you never played me. You played me a few minutes here and there." I'm like, "I'm not dealing with that." You know?
I want to play. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a young
I
guy.
came here.
bro, yeah.
I'm coming from Canada to Germany, and you're not playing me. You're telling me I'm for the future. What do you mean? What future? Right now? It's either now or never. I'm not waiting for no one. So, and I'm like, as you see,
And practical experience in the game is huge, bro.
huge. And I told him, I'm like, as you see, I made the right decision. 6 goals in 4 games.
Yeah.
You know, and I was all over the newspapers and stuff. He was pissed.
Oh, you're fucking rubbing it right in his face.
Yeah, hard, and like rightfully so, because he disrespected me. You know, like and anyways. Yeah, so basically in Germany, that's how it was. There was a lot of like,
It's okay. Be petty if you want, bro. Honestly, fuck these guys. You slept on me, and then now it's your loss. You
but
know?
it's not even that he slept on me. It's our own players. We would have team meetings, and they would be like, they would stand up and be like, "How are you bringing this guy from Canada, and he's doing so well, and like you don't even play him?" Like even the players were like,
So why didn't he play you?
"Bro, it's just he was like that.
Okay.
He was winning. These are the players he's known for ages. He just had us as backup just in case, you know." And
So you're
Yeah.
coming around, he's showing up, putting them in their place, rightfully so.
I did, and he knew he made the wrong decision, and it is what it is, you know. And
So that whole point was just to call you in to bitch you out?
literally,
What's the whole point of that?
he wanted me to come back to the team. He's like, "Listen, let's make a deal right now." So I started negotiating with him, even though in my mind I knew I wasn't gonna go back. You know, I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you need? Like whatever you want." I'm like, I started naming things. He's like, "Sure, deal."
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, they really wanted you back.
yeah. And I'm like, "No." Like in my head, I knew, like, no. So I left his office and then continued on with my life.
Do you think that was smart to do at the time being? Because now you just alienated somebody for no reason? Or are you just being petty or pissed off?
Bro, the thing is, I needed better guidance in my career. Someone to be like, "No, stay here, wait." I didn't have that.
Because I would have been like, bro, don't do that.
Bro, I made all the decisions.
I'm very big on keeping good bridges alive.
I know.
You know?
I
I never burn a
bro,
bridge.
I'm telling you, like my entire career was me making the decisions and the terrible decisions. I was a kid,
And a hothead too.
hothead. I thought it was the best. Like I thought like no one could talk to me. You know what I mean? Like because I felt like I deserved to be here, but I wasn't there yet. So I was trying to get there as fast as possible. But it's not how the game works. You know,
Yeah.
you have to go through. You know, you can't disrespect the game like that. It takes time, and you know you need to put in the work and be calm. And I just think professional sports was not for me because in professional sports there's a lot of ass kissing. You're basically like a soldier. You have to obey orders, even if your coach is wrong or the club is wrong. You still have to obey them.
Tons of politics.
And for me, I couldn't do that. If I saw something was like not right or I didn't agree with certain things, I couldn't just keep my mouth shut. And that's why I feel like, professional sports is not for everyone. Don't get me wrong. If I'm making millions of dollars, my mouth is going to be shut.
But now when I'm working at a factory,
right?
And I got to come put on a performance.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I get it. Man.
So yeah.
I think that's the dark side of the life that people don't know, huh?
Bro, it's so hard to make it. People don't understand. Like, I see these guys here in Ottawa, they're like trying to make it. And I'm like, bro, you guys have no idea the world that's out there. It's such a competitive
So what
world.
are you trying to do for the space then? Since you had such a terrible experience.
What do you mean? What am I trying to do?
Like, as an example for the footballers here now, because let's be honest, bro, you got screwed over by your own family. By the way, fuck that guy. Bro.
I know.
That shit disgusts me.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy because when I grew up, my dad used to always say, and the cousins were in the same mix. Khayak jnehak, bro. Your brothers are your wings.
I know.
But those are your brothers too. How are you gonna sit there and you're gonna fucking milk your cousin like that, bro?
Hard. He destroyed it.
And let's say if he actually had good intentions for you and he actually tried his best and he got you somewhere, he would have won too, bro. That's what I don't understand about these people. You guys would have won too, man.
He wanted immediate results. He wanted money now, And he saw me as a ticket for that.
Yeah, and he didn't get what he wants in the end, and now he has a lifetime worth of hatred, bro.
For sure.
So let's say, okay, so now you have all that, and then you went to Germany. You were in Germany for the 8 contracts. Was that the final 4?
No, so in Germany there was 4. So I started in Lebanon, and then I went to Germany.
How many was there? 2?
Lebanon there was 2.
Okay, so then we still have 2 left.
And then Germany there was 4.
What are you missing here, bro?
And then the other 2, I went back to Lebanon.
Oh, no.
To finish my career.
Okay.
Because I actually got, later on in my career, obviously I made a name for myself because I was playing in Germany and stuff like that. Then other teams in Lebanon called me to come in. And this was like a team that was, I enjoyed. They had a big name. And being a Christian Lebanese player, it's hard because the soccer community in Lebanon is mostly Muslim, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this team was a Christian Lebanese team. It was called Hekmi. I'm sure you know who they are, the basketball team, right? So anyways, they have a basketball team and everything. So they called me.
I know nothing of like Lebanon and its politics.
Okay. Bro. So I'll educate you a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, so I finished my career there. And that was also a bad experience, bro. They didn't.
Why?
The first 3 months, they didn't pay anybody. And this was like a normal thing in Lebanon. Like a lot of teams just wouldn't pay. Like they would pay you the first month and then the second, third, fourth, they wouldn't pay. For me.
But is it like retro? Like you get it back?
Some teams yes, some teams no. It all depends on the club and the financial situation of the club at that point, right? And me, I missed a lot of, how can I say, I wasted a lot of time being on teams that weren't able to pay. So I would just leave.
But how would you know that as a footballer though?
You can't know. That's the thing.
You don't have access to the
bro. Even in like Spain and like in like second division, third division, some teams are like that. Like you won't get your money for 2 months or whatever. There's a lot of stories like that in professional sports. Obviously not at the highest level what you see on TV, but the lower levels, it happens a lot. So yeah, that happened to me a lot throughout my whole career. Germany was better because they're very professional there, but in Lebanon, for example, it was like that a lot.
It just seems like Lebanon's just duping everybody.
Hard. And the thing is, bro, when it came to like, so a lot of the players, like we'd always have a WhatsApp group for the team, right?
Right.
And as soon as the first payment didn't come through,
everybody's blinging it.
Everyone's upset, whatever, but they're still going to training. Me, I stay home. Stay home. I'm not going to train because I'm a foreign player. When there's no money, how am I supposed to eat? What am I supposed to do? Obviously, the club had a house for us and things like that. But bro, there were times where I was like struggling hard,
I believe it, man. You're talking 3-4 months in the country already struggling, bro.
And like I was so embarrassed, bro. Like I didn't want to tell my sisters or my family to send me money, and like they helped me a lot, like with these kinds of things, But I was so embarrassed. I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be a pro. I'm playing at this high level, and like I'm having money problems. It's like it shouldn't be that way,
That was the harsh reality, huh? I'm trying to visualize being there. It's fucking disappointing.
It is.
Do you feel like you should have just tried to? You feel like the last 2 contracts in Lebanon were worth it, or you should have just went somewhere else?
Bro, honestly, I wish. Like I said, I wish I had an agent to put me in the right areas, put me in the right countries. But ultimately, man, like looking back at it, I don't think I had what it took to go to the highest level. So I should have called it quits way before and just like went on with my life.
Really?
For sure. But obviously, everyone can say like, oh, I learned from my mistakes and, this and that, or it made me the person I am today. For sure. All that aside. Yes. I never look back and think like, oh, I made the wrong decision. But I like the advice I give players now. It's like, bro, do you think you're going to make money off the sport? No? Quit. What's the point? You're doing this because this is your job. People say, I love soccer. I love soccer too. But life's about, being successful, having money, these kinds of things. Experience is good. But it's got to pay off at some point. If you're 25, 26, you're not making money off soccer, find something else.
I agree with you in that, in a sense of a lot of these guys that I do know that used to play professional sports aren't really anywhere right now. And you're like, I'm 33. I don't know how old you are.
34.
So then there you go. So we're in the same age group, bro. You know how sad it is to be able to look at a guy and you're like, man, like I hate to say it, but I told you so.
Bro, it's
like
just,
you had no plan B. Everything was just.
But it's not that they don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
They don't. For me, thank God. Like I always tell people, like my life started after I quit soccer, because everything just took off, you know. And all the people that I work with around the world, all the players I train around the world, and you know, in Ottawa, I give them the best advice possible. Man, I have a player played for the national team of Lebanon U23s, played CPL First Division Canada, big player.
Yeah.
He quit after his second year pro because he's like, bro, I don't want to make 30K a year. He's like,
whoa,
yeah.
That low?
Yeah. He's like,
Wow.
Bro, I know what my worth is. I know what I'm capable of making. I'm done with soccer. And this guy could have made a lot of money in the future. He was a young player. He had just started his career, but he's like, I look at my teammates, they're like 30 and they're making 30, 40K a year. He's like, I don't want that. You know, he doesn't want to struggle.
But hold on. Do you think if you just would have stuck it out a little bit, I guess it's a case per case basis. There's no way, bro.
He had
because if he had the potential to be Div 1 UK or whatever.
Yeah. He had the potential, but for him, he wanted to be successful now.
No.
And I respect him so much for that, because it's not hard to walk away from something like that. Because
It's not
socially,
hard, or
it looks so good. It's so hard to walk away.
It's hard to.
Because socially, it looks so cool, right?
You're
On social
pro
media, you're a
player.
soccer player, you're verified, these kinds of things. But he was like, screw all that.
Well, good for him if he wanted to pursue something different.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know a lot of guys my age that finally just hung up the jersey and they're like, bro, I'm living in my mom's basement.
There you go.
Like, what was the whole point? I
know.
went all over the world, and I did what? And I think like the dark reality of it is even like the houses that they were staying in were not. It's not like you were living in
Horrendous.
Cristiano Ronaldo style friggin'.
Bro, people don't know the struggles of the lower leagues, man. It's awful. Man, trust me. Like I went through some stuff, you know, but like now it's like mentally I'm so strong. I have such a strong personality. The stresses of everyday life, they don't affect me at all, you know?
Okay,
Business
so-
is easy for me.
So after we hung up the jersey,
I opened the company called Ape Mode,
Ape
Ape
Mode,
Mode
yeah.
Fitness, and I started that in 2018.
why that name? I'm just curious.
Bro, funny story. It was actually, my ex-girlfriend at the time, her ex-boyfriend, that was his Instagram name.
Ape Mode.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you use this name?" I was like, "Sure." I didn't care. I just wanted to get the business going.
Wow, I would have thought it would have been the opposite. Why the fuck you bringing up your ex? You know what I mean?
That's why she's gone now.
This is Tony Montana Scarf. He's built different, bro.
That's why she's gone now, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
But anyways,
You cut her like Manny. Yeah.
started the company, and it just took off, bro, because I was partnered with I'm sure you've heard of OPSM.
Yes.
So I was partnered with them, and they just gave me all their athletes, and I started training them that way, and I made noise that way, and then I just ventured off on my own, and I did that for like an extra 2 years, and then COVID came. During COVID, I went to Mexico on a trip because, you know, the gyms were all closed, and I'm like, man, like I'm bored here, you know. So I just went, and then I came back.
By yourself?
Yeah, no, with some friends.
Okay.
I went to like Tulum and all that kind of stuff, and then I came back, and I'm like, man, I really want to live in Mexico. Like I really want to live there, you know. So I start like looking up apartments in Cancun and this and that because I wanna live there, right? And then, you know, one day later I'm driving, bro, I get a call. Some guy's like, hey, like my friend's the coach of Club America women's team. Like, would you want to be the fitness coach? I'm like, what the hell? I was just looking at apartments.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yeah, for sure. So this was like literally 2 days later, I have the meeting with the club and I sign.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you got to where you wanted to be anyways.
Literally, like
That's
it's
amazing.
as
And
if
it's facilitated for it.
yeah, I feel like honestly for me, like it's like God wanted me to be there.
Facts.
Like he pushed me there, you know?
Facts.
And I get a lot of crazy signs like that in my life. And that's why I know God's on my side.
100%.
You know, he wants me to succeed. He wants me to go far in life. And he shows you that through these signs.
What do you think about the whole experience though? Because I hear a lot of people nowadays saying that they want to go live in Latin America.
Bro, honestly,
Like,
for
did
me,
you love it, bro?
Bro, it was the best experience I've ever had
That's
in my
crazy.
life. Yeah, it was beautiful. Like the apartment that I had was beautiful. The view was incredible. It was Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like there's no beach nearby. The closest beach is 4 hours away. Anyways, So I get there, man, and then, like, our home stadium is Azteca Stadium. Like, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like the holy grail of,
Habibi, I've been here my whole life, bro.
You know?
I'm trying to escape, man. I feel like I'm Michael Schofield and I'm in prison, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah. So yeah, bro, I was there and it was incredible. I was there for 2 years.
Yeah.
We brought the team from 8th place to, almost a championship team, and it was a great experience. Honestly, like, it really brought my knowledge from here to here, and it just put me ahead of, like, a lot of people in terms of the fitness component of in terms of business, right? Like, I was the guy who coached a professional team. Not many people can say that,
Which is incredible.
yeah, and I did a great job,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really, really cool experience, honestly.
So what's going on with Ape Mode now?
So
Does it still exist?
it's still running. We run out of N-Fort Fitness here on Colonnade Road. I have my own online component too, where I help athletes basically with their routine. So they send me, like, their GPS stats from their games, and I organize all their training sessions in the gym, and I make sure they're in tip-top shape for their game or off-season, things like that.
So what's your actual real passion now that you got out of being a professional player? Because some players make the worst coaches and vice versa too.
I honestly, I
Do
don't
you feel like this is your league? This is where you should have been in the first place?
what, like, coaching?
Yeah.
To be honest, I want to coach men's football. I think I would enjoy that a lot more because I can be myself a little more. Right? In the women's game, it was great. Don't get me wrong, great experience, but you can't really be yourself.
That makes sense. They're females.
You have to watch out for certain things, and, like, I didn't really like that,
Yeah.
So that's the next step for me, is that I am getting offers from men's teams, and
That's incredible.
I'm just trying to figure out which is the best move for me right now.
And you work with Zella, right?
Yeah.
So what's the dynamic there between you and him?
Well, Zell and I, like, at the very beginning with his selects, like, I was helping him out with, organizing the team and things like that with the fitness component, but I'm way too busy with my gym. I don't have time to go to trainings anymore.
Are you there every day?
At the gym?
Ape Mode?
Yeah, like Monday to Friday. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's very
When did
busy
you started to see it really start? What was the main component of why it started blowing up? Because I feel like nowadays I'm hearing about a lot of different gyms popping up everywhere.
The thing, I just think through my experiences and through, being a professional coach in Mexico and things like that, like, what I know and the things I can offer players, it's very difficult to find it anywhere else.
Do you feel like you got a lot of that push in your business, a lot of growth is because of that club team in Mexico?
Well, no, it was always busy. It was always busy. I just feel like, I think the respect I have worldwide is really what brought it to the next level, because I'm I'm still fit. I'm still able to, show them how it's done. I've been here. I've been there. I'm getting offers all the time from teams. That shows that there's something here,
100%.
Like, this guy is the real deal.
So then what's the future saying for you? What are you looking towards?
Look, the thing is like, the way the world is headed, it's all online. It's no longer in person. I don't want to be training too many people in person anymore. I want my business to be fully online because I could be anywhere I want in the world, and I have big aspirations and big ambitions in my life to be in certain places. And
do you feel like you'd be able to do that all online?
Yes,
because you're talking fitness, right? Don't you got to work them out?
Well,
or you just give them regimens?
I have my own app, and through this app, I organize everything. So they get their training sessions on their phone and with explanations and everything. They could text me at any point, and I set up everything for them. It's basically like I'm with them, but I'm not.
And it's already working well.
Very well. The thing is, I haven't even
fantastic.
marketed it, and, like, I don't put ads or anything like that. I have guys that are going to help me with that soon. We're waiting for the right time to, like, launch it fully, But first, I got to figure out which team I'm going to accept, and then we go from there.
That's interesting, man. You have your own app and everything for that.
Yeah.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah. So
is it a capacity thing right now?
What do you mean?
Like, obviously you can only handle so many people at a time. You're going to want to build a full team. Is that what it is?
Well, I could handle quite a bit, but I'm going to definitely need help soon.
You're a real one, man, because I'm still laughing at the fact that you flat out just said, I wasn't even meant to play pro sports.
No, hell no. Bro, I can't.
It's everyone's so egotistical. They never want to say that.
No, but it's the truth, bro. Like, I can't. Like, you tell me to come here at 9 a.m. Like, bro, like, I'll tell you a quick story that happened to me once. It was a German Cup game. We played a team 2 divisions higher than us.
Yeah.
I destroyed them. I scored twice. And then the next day we had training at 10 a.m. Are you kidding me? I worked Monday to Friday. I won the game for you on a Friday night. You want me to come Saturday morning to train? So I went to my girlfriend's house at the time, the girl in Germany, and I was there, and then I told them like I'm not going to training. She's like, no, you have to go, like blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not going. I text my coach. I'm like, I'm not going to training. And then I go to sleep. I wake up. I see my phone. It says, if you don't come to training, we are no longer friends.
No way.
Like, bro, like I don't need that in my life. Like I don't like people to tell me you need to be here at this time. You need to do this. You need to fly here. You need to like, that's how it always is. And it's like, I don't like that. I want to play on my terms. Like I love the sport, but professionally wasn't for me.
You're the fucking worst player to manage.
The worst.
Time, eh?
The worst.
Holy fuck. I'm just thinking about what a nightmare. I would have been so pissed if I was that coach all day.
Bro, the worst. But you know why they dealt with me? Because when I was there, I worked my ass off. I was the perfect player when I'm there.
And then you're a fucking nightmare off the field.
Exactly.
That's crazy. So you love this coaching stuff right now?
Bro, I know that I would love it a lot more if I had a men's team. You know?
You're working on that right now, though.
Yeah. I already have one concrete offer that I can't really talk about, but it's gonna be.
It's almost a done deal?
It's huge. Yeah. It's almost a done deal. It's huge, you know?
I'm rooting for you.
And that's why, like, you know, I'm just putting my head down. I'm working as hard as I can here in Ottawa to, you know, make sure the business is good. And then when that deal comes, everything's going to be perfect.
Are you going to be doing anything for the CPL as well?
Like working there? No, they don't have enough money.
No way.
Like I already got an offer from there. It's like, I'm not working for that kind of money. You know, I already did it once and I'm not doing it again.
You know, it's funny because I would have thought at least it would have been minimum 6 figures.
No, not even close.
And like, that's the crazy part. I don't think anybody understand. I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Like, bro, you know what's funny?
Like,
It's
we're
like,
talking 30, 40K in a society where like, if you're making less than 70, 80, it's tough to live.
Exactly. And like, bro, I worked for the biggest club in North America. Like Club America is the biggest team and they didn't even pay that well, you know, on the women's side. Cause you know, in women's sports, the money's not where it needs to be. It's getting there. And like some leagues pay like crazy, but if you're telling me I worked for the biggest club in North America, you're going to tell me I'm going to come to CPL and work for one of these clubs and make no money. For me, you have to give me what I'm worth. And the problem is that I think I'm worth a lot. And I don't care what you think I'm worth. I know what I'm worth. Why is that a problem though? Because then
you're shutting all these doors.
Yes, I think I've turned down 7 offers this year, 2023. 7 offers I've turned down. Some of them were great deals.
Really?
Yeah. But so I've turned them down because I don't.
You really got to get out of your head sometimes, eh?
No, but listen, because the good deals were in women's football. And I don't want to work in women's football. I've done it for 2 years. I want to move on, you know?
So what's the league would you love to tackle the most right now? Would you still want to stay in North America or? Honestly, because Zella said I don't want to leave anymore.
Honestly, if I could work in the Mexican first division for men's, I would love that.
Because you're right back to where you wanted to be in the first place, bro.
Everything in my life was perfect. Socially, everything was exactly how I wanted it. The only thing I didn't like was my job. Like the job was cool, but I'm like, nah.
Bro, you got to go find some of those cartel guys, bro, and get them to hook you up on a nice deal. Go back to exactly where you want to be. Because a lot of guys I even know nowadays are saying the same thing. Not even about professional sports. A lot of us want to leave. Yeah. You know, a lot of us don't feel like this is the future that we wanted to see anymore.
Yeah, same.
And I'm even one of them, to be honest. I'm born and raised in the city. Never really traveled anywhere. And then just recently, I just feel like this burning passion of I need to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Bro, I have that feeling every day. You know, since I've been back, you know, I came back to Canada January 2023. For 1 year, man, I haven't felt the same.
I believe it, man.
I feel completely different than I did when I was in Mexico. Mexico, I'd wake up with like a burning desire, like what's next? Okay, I have my coffee. I'm looking at my view. You know, when I visualized my life, it was similar to what I was in Mexico, you know? And then I came back to Canada and like my motivation just went.
I believe it, bro.
You know, and I'm like, I can't shake it. I try everything. I've tried everything. I can't shake it. And I know I'm not meant to be here. I know that God wants me to be somewhere else. And he's making me work on myself in different ways so that I could be ready for that opportunity.
Do you feel like a lot of it's because of the people here?
I think it's a mixture of the people here. I don't think they think big enough. And also I think the weather is just horrendous.
Like garbage. What do you mean horrendous?
So for me, it's like, you
atrocious.
I can't accept that being my life because we have a choice. We have a choice of where we want to live, what we want to do.
We think so similar. It's disgusting.
But all you have to do is just, you have to make sure you make the money in order to make the moves.
You know, I'm so petty. I literally calculated if I'm going to be here for 80 years alive, and I calculated how much winter time I'm going to have. And I'm like 55 fucking years of my life is in the winter. Like, that's how petty I am. That's
Bro.
how much I hate the weather.
But you have to understand, like, we have a choice.
Absolutely, man. I'm
Our
with you on that
parents
one.
didn't really have that much of a choice because they came here for a better life, this and that. Thank you for the better life. I love you. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you. But now it's my time to find the life that I envision for myself.
Absolutely.
And everybody that knows me knows that I'm going to live in one of these places soon. It's just a matter I'm waiting for the right opportunity. And I don't mind waiting because here in Canada, money's good and it's helping me get in a situation where I can sit back and choose properly.
Especially with the app, the online
All that
business.
stuff, you know?
I absolutely agree with you, man, because I tell this to people all the time because I even do coaching, bro. And I say you are where you want. You are where you are because of you.
Yeah.
No matter, it doesn't matter who it is in this world. Only you can change it for yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys, they love to just say, you know what, I want to do it. They'll do this big hurrah, and then after that, khalas, just. And you're like, bro, what do you want me to do for you? I can give you all the tools, just the same way you can give me that workout regimen. If I'm not doing it, what gains am I gonna get?
Of course.
It's simple mathematics. It's just simple life, bro.
And bro,
You
like,
gotta go through the motions.
and every day I'm like trying to figure out how to escape. You know, like I feel like here in Canada we're in a jail. That's how I truly feel, because they don't give you the mindset to like believe that there's more out there. People here are like, oh yeah, but you know what? The winter, yeah. What are you gonna do? No, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do something about it.
I'm gonna go to Mexico.
Exactly. I'm gonna go somewhere, Dubai, Mexico, wherever it may be. I'm going somewhere. Why? Because when I close my eyes and I envision my life, I don't envision snow. I envision a beautiful place. Why? Because we have one life and we have such a short life. People don't understand. You could die tomorrow. You don't know when you're going to die. I would much rather die on a beach than to die in winter.
That's a death. I'd rather die on a beach. Who wouldn't rather die on a beach, bro, instead of a goddamn snowbank?
Exactly. So for me, like everybody's accepting their fate, which is Canada. I'm not going to accept that.
Exactly.
I always want better for myself.
We're running out of time. For all these young footballers, I want to leave them with something, bro.
Yeah.
Give me some knowledge here. What's the
Advice?
wisdom? What's the wisdom for these kids?
Advice is don't wait for your mom and dad to pay for training sessions. You need to go out there and do it yourself.
It's a damn fact.
Yeah.
That's probably the best advice that's been here so far. Get off your ass. Don't let anybody dictate your future. I was 14 years old when I had my first job. So all you kids out there, you want to get yourself, if you have all the passion in the world and you say this is something you want to do, go do it, man. Stop waiting for everybody else. I love that.
Yeah.
Antonio, man, I had a great time, brother.
Me too, brother.
All right. We'll see you next time, man.
Sounds good, brother.
If you guys like what you saw today, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.